Hey traders, are you ready to learn some top-notch trading tips that can help take your trading game to the next level? Well, today is your lucky day because we're going to dive into 5 exciting ways to improve your trading results. First, let's talk about the news. Now, the news is exciting, the news is thrilling. Watching those candles go up and down and the possibility of turning a millionaire is exciting, right? But on the other hand, you could also end your trading career by trading high impact news because of the spikes that come with high impact news, right? High impact news can destroy your trading account. It is not even a debate for a serious trader and a disciplined trader. Avoid trading the news. Next on our list is understanding market participants. Always try to understand what other market participants are doing. It gives you a very good idea of what's next to do and how to plan your trades, right? It's just like in a chess game, you always need to anticipate your opponent's next moves to win. Now, there are different market participants, from retail traders to the hedge funds to commercial banks and so on and so forth, right? There are several tools with which you can do this. One of the tools that you can use is the IG client and sentiment, where you view traders' positions. You view the percentage of traders who are long on a particular currency pair or instrument and traders who are short on that currency pair or instrument. Usually, most traders tend to be on the wrong side of the market, right? So when you see that traders are moving excessively in one direction, right, it could be an indication that price could move in the other direction. Now, this isn't always the case, but a lot of times it tends to happen this way, right? It works very well on major pairs, the most liquid pairs like Euro USD, Pound USD. You tend to see that when traders move excessively in one direction of the market, price tends to go the other way. Now, another tool you can use is commitment of traders data, right? Commitment of traders data just shows you where most of the bigger players, some of the bigger players in the market are positioned. The data is released every Friday and you can use that to frame your trades. You can use that to have an idea of where the smart money and the bigger players in the market are putting their faith in the market, which direction they're putting their faith in the market, and to give you a very good idea of where to go. The next on the list is framing your trade on higher time frames. Now, one of the reasons why majority of retail traders tend to lose money is because now majority of retail traders are day traders, right? Now, day trading very extremely bad? No, it's not always bad, but day trading is bad when you only place your trades based on these small time frames. You have no reference, you have no context for your trades, right? Now, if you trade on the 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute chart, right, and you just place your trade without any context, then you are basically setting yourself for failure in the forex, in the trading game, because you have no context for your trades, right? Now, the best way to go about this is always frame your trades on higher time frames, right? You have the monthly, the weekly, and the daily time frames. These are where most of the big moves happen. Now, the thing about trading is majority of the time the market doesn't move favorably, right? But you want to be there when the market is really making a big move. You want to be part of a big move, right? When the market is making a big move, and those big moves don't happen on the 1 minute or the 5 minutes time frame. They tend to happen on the monthly, the weekly, and the daily time frame. So if you have a very good idea of places on those higher time frames where those moves can tend to happen, then you probably enter on a lower time frame around those places you have marked on the higher time frames. Then you have a better chance of success in trading. The fourth on the list is to ditch fixed lots and use percentage risk. Now, a lot of traders tend to use fixed lots in their trading. They just place a lot size, they open a trade and they just place any lot size they like, and this is very, very risky because you could damage your account, end your trading career, as it were. If you place one lot on every trade you make, one lot on every trade is not you're not risking the same thing, right? If you place one lot on a 10 pip trade and you place one lot on a 50 pips trade, you are not risking the same thing on those trades, because one lot is $10 per pip. $10 per pip on a 10 pip trade, you lose $100 if that trade isn't successful. $10 per pip on a 50 pips trade, you lose $500 on that trade if the trade isn't successful. So you see, there's no balance in that, right? You're placing more weight on one trade than you're placing on the other, which should not be the case. You should have a percentage risk on every trade you make, so that with every trade, with every loss, you don't lose more than a particular percentage of your account. And by doing this, it makes more sense, because you'll be protecting your account in the long run. It is usually advised that as a trader, as a retail trader, you shouldn't risk more than between 1 to 2% of your account. This is a better approach to trading, and it helps to protect your account in the long run. Last but not the least is to always have an exit plan for your trades. Always have an exit plan for your trade. Now, the most common exit plan for any trade would be a stop loss. It is important to always use a stop loss for your trades, so that when the market goes against you, you have a safety net. It takes you out of the trade and it protects your account. It is unwise to place a trade without putting a stop loss. It is always important to use a stop loss for your trades. Now, other exits you can use for your trades, there are other ways to get out of your trades, and most importantly, you should always look to exit your trade if the premise for entering those trades are no longer there, or you are getting the opposite of the premise for entering that trade. So for example, you enter a trade based on moving average crossover. Say for example, you enter a trade when the 20 period moving average crossed above the 50 period moving average and price was above the 200 period moving average, right? And then after some hours or a day or two, depending on how long you are holding that trade for, you see that those moving averages have crossed in the other direction, or they are now even below the 200 moving average. You should be looking at exiting that trade, because the premise of entering that trade is no longer there. Price is already going in the other direction, right? So always have an exit plan for your trade, so that you will in the long run protect your account. You reduce your losses to the barest minimum. In conclusion, these 5 strategies can help improve your trading results and become a more successful trader. Avoid the news, understand market participants, frame your trades on higher time frames, use percentage risk instead of fixed lots, and always have an exit plan for your trade, for every trade. Think of this like a recipe for success. Follow these steps and you'll be on your way to trading like a pro. See you next time. Thank you.